Some things were passed on to the chosen people of Israel by oral tradition, and more so to the tribe of Judah, commonly known as the Jews, made of 3 of the 12 tribes of Israel: Judah, Benjamin, and Levites. Jesus said to the Samaritan woman at the well, "You Samaritans worship what you do not know. We worship what we do know, for salvation is from the Jews." John chapter 22 verse 4. Therefore, as we seek to understand the nature of the 7 spirits of God beyond the written text, we must first find a people connected to ancient Israel, who is a historical member of the tribe of Judah by nature. But where can we find a Judahite or a Benjamite or even a Levite for that matter? These are those that would be carrying these oral traditions, these oral histories that could give us an indication of what we are trying to discover or to uncover. In order to keep up with what Jesus told the Samaritan woman at the well, we must first find a Jew who knows what he worships, and to add another layer of complexity, we must find one whose oral tradition confirms the existence of the 7 spirits of God. Then we must be ready to hear what was transmitted to them by oral tradition in ancient times, while being cautious not to give heed to Jewish fables and commandments of men that turn from the truth. And that's according to Titus chapter 1 verse 14. Instead, we must search the scriptures to prove or disprove their words, as did the people of Berea in Acts chapter 17 verse 10. The first question is one of a geographical nature, to pinpoint the location of ancient members of the tribe of Judah, Levite or Benjamin. Let's look at an old map dated 1930 for direction from Dr. Alan Howard Godby, awarded PhD in 1905 as a research fellow in Semitics, professor of Old Testament at the Divinity School of Duke University until he retired in 1932. Basically, he would be considered a high-caliber scholar in the field of biblical studies.
For the time has come that they that worship the Lord will worship Him in spirit and in truth. Oh, glorious God. Everybody, come on. We praise your name. Lift your voice and say, we worship you, yeah.
Almost every field in red is attesting to where the Jews were known to be located at on the African continent. I've added star animations to represent some of the migration paths that I know of according to oral histories. And really, this shouldn't come as a surprise because there is an end-time prophecy in the book of Zephaniah chapter 3 verse 10, which says that from beyond the rivers of Cush, that's beyond the river Nile, which traverses Egypt on the eastern part of the African continent, my worshippers, the daughter of my dispersed ones, shall bring my offering. The daughter of my dispersed ones, these are the children of Israel scattered westward of the Nile River towards southern Africa, central Africa, and western Africa. Of course, this is by no means an exhaustive list of trajectory or migration path. However, for anyone who believes that the Bible contains the Word of God, then this evidence presented by Alan Godby, showing the whereabouts of the so-called Jews on the African continent, should simply serve as evidence that the Word of Yah remains true and unshakable. Jesus said in John chapter 8 verse 17, "It is also written in your law that the testimony of two men is true." We have so far provided two testimonies providing evidence that Israelites are also found on the African continent, from where millions were dispersed into captivity to the Americas, Europe, and Asia. In our quest to locate an ancient Israelite tribe with oral tradition that might give us further information about the seven spirits, I will now zone into the modern-day country of Ghana in this area of the 1930 map of Africa by Alan Godby. Here we find a reference to Jewish traces with a highlight on the Ashanti Confederacy, which belongs to the Akan ethnic group. The Akan ethnic group stretches from Ghana to neighboring modern-day Côte d'Ivoire, with diaspora in the Americas and Caribbean islands, notably in Suriname and Jamaica, among many others. There is a concentration of 3 arrows at close proximity pointing to the locations of the Ga, Ewe, and Akan tribes with a text underneath that reads, "Present population driven from Central Sudan by Muslim propagandism after long traffic with coast from Carthage to Alexandria through Berber intermediaries. Old Phoenician? Minoan? Ornaments still found." Let's cross-check with the Akan people's own oral tradition to bring in a further witness to the Akan migration path through Sudan while fleeing from Islamic expansion in the region.
I'm Ashanti. My name is Kwaku. This is the queen of the Ashantis here in the